Bo, last year, both yourself and JT played every game. How difficult is it to not have him for a couple of weeks here to get things started?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's tough. It's a tough situation. But obviously, guys are in the lineup all the time, and guys get, there's injuries in previous years. So we got to find ways to adapt and win games without him. Obviously, it sucks him not being here. It's a tough situation, but I'm sure it's not going to be the first or last time this happens. So we just have to adapt and try to win a hockey game.
Next up is Ian McIntyre.
I'll ask this one for you, Tyler. Ole played a game in the bubble in the summer, but technically this is his first NHL game, and it's a season opener, and there's always excitement with that. Nils Höglander is going to make his NHL debut. Is there, as a veteran player, do you take enjoyment in what the younger guys are going through in an experience like this tonight? Does it add some enthusiasm around the team?
Well, for sure. I think, every guy remembers their first game. And I think both of those guys that you mentioned, Hoagie and Ole, have had they've both had a great camp. Ole's done a really good job of communicating on and off the ice. And I know we've been talking a lot together since, we've been partnered together for most of the camp. So, I'm sure they're excited. For us guys who have been around a while, we'll make the first one as easy as possible for them. But, it'll be exciting for them for sure.
What do you remember about your first NHL game? How did that go?
A lot of excitement, a little anxious, as I'm sure, most guys are in their first game, but mainly just very excited and, just really happy to, be in the situation to play, an NHL game. But those guys are, for young guys, are showing a lot of maturity here. So, we expect them to step in and do pretty well for us.
Thank you.
Next up is Jeff Patterson.
Hey, Bo, you guys had a dominant power play last year. The Oilers even better. They were the top in the National Hockey League. I just wonder, with no exhibition games, do you think it may take a little while to find the groove for all power plays across the league? Like, will penalty killers have perhaps an earlier edge?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little different for sure. You usually have a couple, games or, exhibition games to kind of see how things are going, make tweaks and changes. So you're right, it might take a little bit, but I mean, special teams and power plays are a huge part of the game, and we need to be going right off the hop. I mean, it's like you said, it's a short, condensed season, and we can't make excuses and say, it'll come, or, obviously there's things that we have to still work on and get used to, but I mean, we have to get going and be good right off the hop.
And Tyler, you're going to see a handful of McDavid and Draisaitl 10 times this year. I mean, obviously a massive challenge. What do you have to do? I mean, you've played them enough over the years. If there was a key, I guess it would be, you know it by now, but what do you have to do to try to prevent them from just taking over hockey games?
Obviously, very dynamic duo in the league. Two great players. You just have to try and limit their time and space. It's tough, especially looking at Connor, with his speed. You just have to try and, make sure you're aware when he's on the ice and when he's looking to wind it up like he usually does. So, with any good player in the league, you try and limit their time and space. It'll be a tough job for us with these two tonight, but, we like you said, we've seen a lot of them over the last few years. So, a lot of our focus is on what we have to do.
Next up is Ben Kuzma.
Yeah, a couple for Bo. In such an abnormal year and times, Bo, I guess the only normal thing in Edmonton today is it's snowing. Aside from that, with Ben and Miller being COVID compromised, and you talked about this the other day that you guys were hoped that you had dodged the bullet. Do you have to say anything as captain to reinforce the focus tonight, or do you think that'll just take care of itself?
I think it'll take care of itself. I think we know what we have to do. Greener kind of touched on it yesterday and a little bit today, basically saying, no matter what, we have to go and play and try to win a hockey game. Guys are gonna have to step up and be a difference tonight. Obviously, having those two guys out of the lineup, they're a big part of our team. But again, we have to find ways to win hockey games with guys in and out of the lineup.
Well, you guys had such a great postseason run and almost made it to the conference final. Yet, when you look at all the machinations and all the pundits out there and all the top four configurations, the Canucks don't seem to be in there as a top four team in the North Division. How much is that a motivating factor, or does it piss you off a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it does. It fuels my fire for sure. I mean, when you see things like that or hear it, I think it should just motivate us to be better and prove people wrong again. I mean, obviously we know we have a good hockey team in here, and I think it should just fuel guys to want to be better and want to prove people wrong again. So, our goal is to win hockey games every night, and what better way to fuel that fire than to prove people wrong.
Thanks, Bo.
Next up is Gemma Karsten-Smith.
Hi guys, just wanted to check in and see what the mood's like in the locker room today, getting so close to the opening of the season.
Yeah, everybody's excited. I mean, it's we want to build off what we did last year, and everybody's really excited to get things going, a little bit of normalcy in our lives, and I think we're excited about our new group and the new guys that have come in, and I think, I can speak for myself anyway. I'm excited.
Yeah, the whole room's excited. You felt it in the pregame skate today. Get a little bit of normalcy, like both said, into our yearly schedule. So it's nice to get things back going again, and we're very excited to start it tonight.
Heading into a condensed season, less practice time this year, does morning skate kind of take on a bit of a different role?
Yeah, I mean, I think our morning skates might be a little different this year. Usually it's just kind of get the body moving a little bit and get warmed up in the morning. But I think, with the limited practice schedule, I think it's going to be used more for system stuff and tweaking little things here and there. So it might not be as much of a warm up as it is, a teaching session. So it might be a little different that way.
And with the last question for these guys is Patrick Johnson.
Bo, on Monday, you described Sunday's cancellation as a wake-up call. When you guys learned that Jordy and JT were now out for a while yesterday, was it, is it a similar description, or, what was sort of the mood and the feeling, after you guys found that out?
Yeah, I mean, it was a big wake-up call. I mean, obviously, you weren't sure what to expect or if things like this were going to happen, but you can't be naive. You have to, now that it's happened, you just have to be extra careful and follow the right protocols and try to be as safe as possible. And, for us, I think we just have to, like I said, adapt and get ready to play for tonight and try to win ourselves a hockey game here.
At the end of the day, in the end, it's a case of, the rules don't care who you are. The virus doesn't care who you are. In the end, you just got to be careful and, really respect all that stuff, I guess.
For sure. Yeah. Like I said, wear your mask everywhere, sanitize, physically distance away from yourselves. And it's just, you have to follow the protocols because nobody's invincible. And, again, like stuff like this can happen. So just have to be really careful.